This April, something is changing with Social Security, and it could put more money in your pocket, but only if you understand what's really happening. Most people will miss this update completely, and that's exactly why you need to watch until the end. I'll show you who actually gets the COLA boost, who doesn't, and what it means for your DAI and DAI payments starting now. If you rely on these benefits, subscribe today. This channel is focused only on DAI and DAI updates, payment increases, and urgent Social Security news in the United States, so you stay informed and never miss what's yours. Imagine waking up on Wednesday morning, checking your bank account, and seeing that your Social Security payment is slightly higher than last month. For millions of Americans who depend on these benefits every single day, that moment is not just a financial update, it is a breath of fresh air. It is the difference between paying a bill on time or scrambling to figure out which necessity to sacrifice this month. And right now, in 2026, that moment is happening for tens of millions of people across the country because the Social Security Administration has officially rolled out its latest cost of living adjustment, bringing new payment amounts that are already hitting bank accounts. If you receive LE, or both, then this video is for you, because we are going to walk through everything you need to know about this boost, what it means, how much more you are getting when the money arrives, and what you need to watch out for so that this extra money actually works in your favor. Let's start at the very beginning, because understanding where this increase comes from is just as important as knowing how much it is. Every year, the Social Security Administration reviews inflation data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics and uses a specific measurement called the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. Most people just call it the SPIO. This index tracks how much everyday Americans are spending on goods and services, and if the cost of living goes up, Social Security benefits go up with it. That is the entire purpose of what is called the Cost of Living Adjustment, or COLA. It is not a raise. It is not the gift from the government. It is a built-in protection mechanism designed to make sure that your benefits do not lose their purchasing power as inflation rises. Congress put this system into place back in 1972, and the automatic annual adjustments have been happening every year since 1975. Before that, beneficiaries had to wait for Congress to pass special legislation just to get any kind of increase, which meant years could go without any adjustment at all. The COLA system was created to fix exactly that problem, and for better or worse, it remains the backbone of how Social Security benefits are updated year after year. So what is the number for 2026? The Social Security Administration announced a 2.8% cost of living adjustment for the current year. To put that into context, the 2025 COLA was 2.5%, and the year before that it was 3.2%. Over the last decade, the average COLA has hovered around 3.1%, so 2026 is right in that ballpark. On average, Social Security retirement benefits are increasing nearly about $56 per month starting in January. Social Security Administration, that might not sound like a fortune, but for someone living on fixed income where every single dollar is accounted for, an extra $56 a month translates into real things, an extra tank of gas, a week's worth of groceries, a coupe at the doctor's office that did not have to be delayed. The point is not that this is a windfall. The point is that for people who rely on these benefits as their primary or only source of income, this adjustment matters enormously. Now let's talk about the actual dollar amounts, because the numbers break down differently depending on what type of benefit you receive. For people receiving supplemental security income, which is the program designed to help elderly, blind, and disabled individuals who have limited income and resources, The maximum federal lae amounts for 2,000 at 26 are $900 at 74 per month for individuals. $1,000 400 at 71 for eligible couples. And $400 at 78 for essential persons, reflecting that 2.8% cost of living adjustment. Michael Armstronglo compared that to 2,000 at 25 when the maximum for an individual was $700 at 67 per month, and you can see that the increase is real and measurable. For those receiving Social Security Disability Insurance, which is the program tied to your work history and paid into through payroll taxes, the maximum monthly payment amount in 2,000 at 26 will be $4,152, up from $4,000 at 18 in 2,000 at 25. Atticus now, it is absolutely critical to remember that these are the maximum amounts. Most people receive significantly less than the maximum because your actual benefit is calculated based on your individual circumstances, your work history for LALE, or your income and living situation for LA. To find out your exact new amount, you should log into your personal Social Security account at sa.gov where your updated benefit information is available directly. One of the most common questions people have is about when they actually get paid because the Social Security payment schedule is not the same for everyone. It is actually a layered system that depends on both the type of benefit you receive and, in some cases, the day of the month you were born. Let's break this down clearly so there is no confusion. Supplemental Security income payments always arrive on the first of the month or the preceding business day if the first falls on weekend or holiday. Kiplinger, so if you are an NI recipient, you can generally count on seeing that money at the very start of each month, which helps enormously with budgeting. For RADE recipients, the schedule works differently. If you started receiving NI after May 1,700 at 77, your payment date is determined ila your birthday, and payments arrive on Wednesdays. The second Wednesday for birthdays on the ESA through the ESA 0 Lie, the third Wednesday for birthdays on the 11 Lie through the 20 and the fourth Wednesday for birthdays on the 21 through the 31 Are. Michael Armstronglo, and if you started receiving benefits before May 1,700 at 77, or if you receive both and at the same time, what is known as concurrent benefits. Your Social Security payment arrives on the tatlo ray of the month and your RAL payment arrives on the ESA ray. Understanding this schedule is not just trivia. It is the foundation of your monthly financial planning. When you know exactly which Wednesday your money is coming, you can time your rent payment, your utility bills, your prescription refills, and your grocery runs around that date. Missing or misunderstanding your payment date can cause cascade of late fees and financial stress that is completely avoidable once you know the rules. And here is something important to keep in mind if your scheduled payment date falls on Saturday, a Sunday, or federal holiday. The Social Security Administration does not wait until the next business day. The payment is issued on the immediately preceding weekday to ensure timely access to funds. Michael Armstronglo, that means you might sometimes see money hit your account a day or two earlier than you expected, and that is completely normal. It is not an error, and it is certainly not extra money. It simply means that as you move the payment forward to avoid the weekend or holiday delay. Now, let's talk about something that trips up a lot of people, and that is the relationship between NA and other benefits you might be receiving. Because DELA is a needs-based program, meaning it is designed specifically for people with low income and limited resources, any additional income you receive can affect how much ELA you get. Here is how this matters specifically in the context of COLA increases. If you receive both LA and LA, when your RAE amount goes up because of the COLA adjustment, your RAE payment might actually go down. The AI counts your RAE benefit as income when calculating your RAE amount, and if that income increases, your RAE is reduced accordingly. This can be confusing and even frustrating for people who expected to see straightforward increase across the board, only to find that one payment went up while the other went down. Understanding this offset is crucial so that you are not blindsided when your monthly amounts do not line up with what you expected. There is another offset worth discussing, and that is the Medicare Part New premium increase. Many Social Security and LAE recipients are also enrolled in Medicare, and their monthly Part New premium is deducted directly from their Social Security payment before it ever hits their bank account. For 2025, Medicare Part D premiums increased ilay as $10 oras 30 minuto to as $185 per month, partially offsetting the COLA boost for many beneficiaries. Merrill Jones, the same dynamic is at play in 2026. When Medicare premiums go up at the same time that Social Security benefits increase, part of your COLA boost effectively gets absorbed before you ever see it. The net increase you actually experience in your bank account may be smaller than the headline percentage suggests. This is not a conspiracy or a government trick, it is simply how the two systems interact. But it is something you absolutely need to factor into your financial planning so that your expectations match reality. Let's also talk about the broader economic significance of this COLA increase, because this is not just a personal finance story. Social Security and Supplemental Security income benefits for 75 million Americans will increase 2.8% in 2026. Social Security Administration, think about that number for a moment. 75 million people. That is roughly 1 in every 4 Americans receiving benefit increase simultaneously. When that much money flows through the economy at once into grocery stores, pharmacies, utility companies, landlords, and local businesses, it creates a ripple effect that touches communities everywhere. The people who receive Social Security benefits are not abstract statistics. They are your neighbors, your parents, your grandparents, your siblings with disabilities, your friends who were injured at work and can no longer do the job they spent decades building a career in. These are real human beings navigating real financial pressure every single day, and for many of them, their Social Security benefit is not supplement to other income. It is the income, full stop. This is also a moment to think honestly about the limitations of the COLA system, because while it is an essential protection, it is not without its critics. Many advocates for seniors and disabled Americans have long argued that the SPIU, the measurement used to calculate COLA adjustments, does not accurately reflect the actual spending patterns of the people who receive these benefits. The SPIU was designed to measure the spending habits of working adults, but Social Security recipients spend a significantly higher proportion of their income on healthcare, housing, and prescription drugs, 3 categories that have historically risen faster than general inflation. Some economists and advocacy groups have pushed for years to switch to an alternative measure called the SPI, which stands for the Consumer Price Index for the Elderly, arguing that it would produce COLA adjustments that more accurately reflect the real cost pressures that retirees and disabled individuals face. This debate has been ongoing for decades and shows no signs of being resolved anytime soon, but it is worth understanding as you think about whether the COLA increase you are receiving truly keeps pace with your actual rising costs. For people who are just beginning to navigate the Social Security system, perhaps recently approved for disability benefits or newly enrolled in LAE, it is worth understanding few additional mechanics. LAE comes with a mandatory 5-month waiting period after you are determined to be disabled. During those 5 months, you do not receive any payments, but you are entitled to back pay that covers that period once your claim is officially approved. The S will usually deliver your back pay in a lump sum 6 days after your claim is approved. Atticus, if you are in that waiting phase right now, that is an important date to keep on your radar. Additionally, work incentive thresholds have also been updated for 2026. The substantial gainful activity level, which determines whether you are earning too much to qualify for disability benefits, has been adjusted upward in line with general economic changes. This matters for anyone who is working part-time or considering returning to work while receiving disability benefits, because earning above that threshold can affect your eligibility. The earnings limit for workers who are younger than full retirement age will increase to $24,480 with $1 deducted from benefits for each $2 earned over that limit. Social Security Administration. One thing that is enormously helpful and completely underutilized by many beneficiaries is the Anoy Social Security online account at sa.gov. If you have not set one up yet, doing so should be high on your list of priorities. Through this account, you can view your current benefit amount, check your payment schedule, update your direct deposit information, request replacement documents, and see your COLA notice as soon as it becomes available, all without having to call the Social Security Administration, wait on hold, or visit a local office. The area has been actively encouraging people to manage their benefits digitally, and the online account genuinely makes the process faster and easier. Given that COLA notices are mailed throughout the month of December and may arrive at different times for different people, being able to check your updated benefit amount online as soon as it is posted is a real practical advantage. If you are currently receiving benefits and your payment seems lower than expected, or if you have not seen the increase reflected yet and believe you should have, there is a clear path forward. First, log into your Anoy Social Security account and verify your new benefit amount directly from the app. Second, give it at least 3 business days from your scheduled payment date before assuming anything is wrong, since bank processing times can sometimes cause short delay. Third, if after 3 business days the payment still has not arrived, contact the Social Security Administration directly at 1-800-272-1,213. Do not panic and do not assume the worst. Late payments do happen occasionally and can usually be resolved quickly once you make contact with the agency. The big picture here is this. The purpose of the COLA is to ensure that the purchasing power of Social Security and supplemental security income benefits is not eroded by inflation. Social Security Administration, that is a simple, powerful idea, and it is one that has real consequences for real people every single month. The 2.8% adjustment for 2026 is not a solution to all of the financial pressures that LE and NARE recipients face. It will not single-handedly make housing affordable, bring down prescription drug costs, or eliminate the impossible choices that many disabled and elderly Americans face every month. But it is a meaningful step in the right direction, and understanding exactly how it works, where it comes from, how much it adds up to when it arrives, and how it interacts with other parts of your financial picture, puts you in a significantly stronger position to manage your money effectively. Knowledge is not just power in the abstract. In this case, knowledge is the difference between feeling blindsided by system that seems designed to confuse you and feeling confident and in control of your own financial life. And that confidence, built on accurate information, is exactly what you deserve.